Hello, hello. This is Pat once again, being presented with a logic test that implies that Mary was sinless. I'd like to turn that logic test right back around, upside down, and see how it works out. Okay, so I'm going to let this guy talk for a minute, and I might have questions in the middle. I might just wait and talk at the end. I'm not sure.
If God made the Ark of the Covenant out of pure gold for stone tablets, would he do less for the woman who carried his living word in her womb? In Luke 1:28, the angel Gabriel doesn't even call Mary, mother of Jesus, by name. He calls her Kecharitōmenē, full of grace.
I looked up this word in the lexicon. It does not mean full of grace. It means highly favored.
Already perfected by God's grace before the incarnation. Catechism of the Catholic Church 491 says she was preserved from all stain of original sin from her first moment. If God would not dwell in a box that was unclean, why would he dwell in a womb that was? This is why Catholics call her the new Ark and the new Eve. Saint Irenaeus of Lyons said Mary's obedience untied the knot of Eve's disobedience. Logic demands that the mother of the sinless Son could not be stained by sin. To deny her purity is to imply Jesus took flesh from corruption. That's a logic test no Protestant can pass.
All right, so here's some logic that I would like a Catholic to pass. If God has the capacity through grace to make Mary sinless, the logical stance is that she had Jesus when she was between 15 and 17 years old. That seems young, but historically, that's not really that awkward. So, for up to 15 to 17 years, she was sinless via the grace of God. Why then would Jesus need to have died at all? Because under that logic, God has the power to make anyone he desires sinless. He could have made the sacrificial system of the Old Testament obsolete by just giving everyone the grace that he gave to Mary. The death on the cross that forgives of sin would not have been needed because he could have given the grace he gave Mary to the whole world. So, I would like the Catholic Church to use the logic that they're trying to present to the Protestants. Let me go see how he worded it exactly.
Stained by sin. To deny her purity is to imply Jesus took flesh from corruption. That's a logic test no Protestant can pass.
A logic test no Protestant can pass. So, Catholicism, please evaluate this logic test. If God has the power to give grace to an individual that they do not sin from birth up until they're 20 years old, why would Jesus need to have even be born when he could have given that to everyone from day one? For your Christian brothers and sisters that like to argue that Catholicism is Christian, please send them this video and ask them to explain that Mary admitted that she needed a Savior in Luke 1:46 and 47, that Mary was a sinner in Romans 3:10 and Romans 3:23, that only Jesus was sinless, 2 Corinthians 5:21, 1 Peter 2:21, and 1 John 3:5. So please show your fellow Christians who think that Catholicism is Christian. Show them and ask them to explain this stuff.